BBC, Dick and Dom are back, where they belong.
Down below, something sleeping and ready to unleash a rain of fire. Film fantasy for BBC One in half an hour after trauma.
Car's rolled over. We've got a lady who's complaining of chest pain, but we're worried about head and chest injury.
The two big bones in his lower leg are snapped.
As quick as I can.
All right, Nick.
Yeah, a bit better. You can see us now. Take him off.
So we've got an ambulance crew request to a road traffic accident. Apparently one person's still trapped.
Okay guys, on our left hand side.
Yeah, I've got it, yep.
She's pressed onto her head at the moment, so she's conscious at the moment.
Yep.
LOC's dropping slightly. No injuries as far as we know.
Okay.
We're going to hash the ones to this state in the first place.
Neil Ballard is the doctor on duty with the Helicopter Emergency Medical Service.
Stella. Hello. I need you to open your eyes for me. That's good. Where does it hurt? You saw when I pushed there? Saw here? So it hurts in your chest, eh?
Stella Mashoko is an intensive care nurse at St. George's Hospital. The accident happened on her way home at the end of a night shift.
Your legs hurt at all? I want to see you wiggle your fingers. Good. Stella, I want to see you wiggle your toes. Great. That's fantastic. I'm going to get the oxygen mask in you. I'm going to work out how we're going to get you out of here, okay?
You want that whole roof flat down?
Nah, car's rolled over. We've got a lady. She's conscious. She's complaining of chest pain, but it's hard to get much of a look at her because she's got a lot of clothes on. How are we going with the back seat, Doc?
Neil is concerned that Stella could have serious internal bleeding.
As soon as we have the back seat down, rescue board in, we'll get the back, we'll slide her seat up and bring her down face down on it.
No, GP seen that one.
GP thing.
How's the board looking? Not pretty.
At the Royal London Hospital, it's the start of the shift for consultant Helen Cugnoni. Today, she's working with senior sister Elaine Cole.
What next, H?
I think we should go and review Laura.
The lady with the allergy, yeah.
24-year-old Laura Graham has been suffering from allergies since she was a child. She's come to A&E today because she's had a reaction to some moisturiser.
Did you wash your face with it?
My hands are really dry from work, from washing, so I put cream on my hands and my face was dry, so I just put cream on, and then it started swelling up, so I went and washed it off, and then I could feel it was going to go into allergic reaction.
And then how quickly has this swelling come on today?
But it was a bit swollen last night, I couldn't really open my eyes last night, but it was more red. And then I went to sleep, and then when I woke up in the morning, I could feel my eyes were still swollen.
She's quite clearly got an allergic reaction, which is in a response to some cream she's put on her face. We think that she's had an allergic reaction just of the skin. She's a nurse, which is why we're talking to her using slightly more medical terms than we usually would.
You're quite tachycardic. Do you feel like you're racing along?
I do, yeah.
Laura's heart rate is much higher than it should be.
Do you feel breathless?
A bit, yeah. I feel quite dizzy.
Yeah, sure, okay. She's very tacky, she's about 125.
Has that just recently happened?
She's more tacky now than she was.
When she first arrived? What's happening? Are you finding it more difficult to breathe?
At first it was this morning.
Do you think we ought to move her into recess?
Let's just go. Shall we just push her ourselves?
Laura's condition is deteriorating. Helen and Elaine are moving her into resus for emergency treatment.
Sorry, I know you're full. Could you tell Sarah or whoever's in there now? What's happening is, I do think that your body is beginning to absorb a bit more of the thing that you're allergic to, which is why your heart's going fast.
Stella, your seat's going to start coming up now, okay?
Stella has been trapped in the car for nearly 45 minutes.
Once we've got the board as far as it'll go, we'll cut the seat belt. We'll be supporting her. Claire will have her head, and we'll slide it back and bring her face down on the board.
Cutting the seatbelt is the most dangerous part of the extraction. If Stella falls onto her head, she could break her neck.
Okay, can you start that seatbelt?
Okay, we're all holding her now, guys, because the belt's coming off. Stella, let us move you out, okay? That's good with your arm.
Seatbelt's gone. Don't worry about that. Right.
Okay, ready, brace, move. Perfect. Right out if you can, guys.
Is she talking to you, Claire?
Open your eyes, Stella. Stop, stop.
Okay.
Okay, ready, brace, down.
Okay, watch your arm, guys. Watch your arm.
You're right, Mum.
Is it sore down here?
38.
Ask if it's hurting when I'm touching her back.
Okay, the doctor's feeling the back. Tell me when it hurts.
Is that okay?
There.
I'm just waiting to get some obs to find out where her
Yeah.
blood pressure and things were stable while she was in the car. Just want to make sure they remain that way. Stella, we're going to roll you. We want you to let us lie still and let us roll you. You're going to have to roll over your left arm. Okay?
Ready, brace, roll.
90. That's great. That looks great, guys. Let's just straighten that scoop up a smidge. Okay, let's get a collar on her. Stella, at the moment, your blood pressure's fine. You've got good air entry both sides. Honestly, things are looking pretty stable, okay? She may have very minor injuries only, but with the car looking like that, there's got to be a fair chance she's got something. On this one, she has some fractured ribs or even a fractured pelvis. We're going to give her some pain relief now. We're going to take her to Charing Cross Hospital by road. It's only about a 10-minute run, so it's quicker than going by helicopter.
At the Royal London, Laura's allergic reaction to the moisturising cream is getting worse.
Are you shaking because you're cold or because...
Does your mum know you're here?
She's in Devon.
She's in Devon. Is she okay?
I rang her because I tried to get to the doctor, but he said just go to the shop and buy antihistamine.
Laura's developed quite a tremor, so I think that some of whatever the allergen was has been absorbed into the body because she is definitely having a systemic response, which means a body response.
There's a risk that there's swelling in her lungs, maybe swelling in her airway, and if the swelling gets really bad, it can completely block the airway, and she may not be able to sort of manage to breathe for herself. It must be really scary for her, really scary.
So we're going to start off with giving you some intravenous antihistamine, prophylactic, then we're going to give you some steroids as well. If they don't work, we will give you a little bit of adrenaline.
Hopefully it will make Laura start to feel much better soon. I'm just going to put the hydrocortisone in, okay? I feel cold as it's going up your arm.
Nice, deep, slow breaths. Okay. Just need to concentrate on nice, slow breaths. That is much better than nice, slow breathing. Your heart's slowing down now as well. You are getting a lot better. I don't know if you feel better. Do you? Yeah.
Feel a bit better. So that's good for Laura.
Paramedic Martin Bomford and emergency medical technician Tim Burnett are on their way to see 78-year-old Eileen Ellis. Her daughter is worried she's had a stroke.
So what's actually happened?
She got up at 6:30 this morning and she couldn't walk. She was bouncing off the doorway, but she's got no movement in her right arm and her right leg.
Right, the lady's woke up this morning, she's got a loss of sensation down one side and her face feels numb, which is a classic sign of a stroke. So how are you feeling at the moment? That's all right. Sit yourself down.
Sit down.
You all right? We'll get you a drop of water or something.
There's a kitchen just through there.
Yeah.
You sit yourself in here, and we'll get you all wrapped up nice and warm. I know.
That's all right. Eileen, there you go.
Nice and steady, does it?
Oh, don't worry.
You feel a bit numb and stuff, yeah?
No, my face is all right. It's straight
Just
in, but that's been numb for quite a few weeks.
Is it?
Oh, not the reading ones. The other ones should be on the bed. I do lose balance and all.
Do you?
Like when I go to yoga, I can't.
You go yoga?
Stand on one foot.
You can't.
Hunching on the chair. The back of the chair. Oh, man, I ain't lost him, surely.
Oh, they wouldn't be on the loo here, would they?
Yeah, no, he's right.
Yeah, we've got You can see us now. Take him off.
Have another little sip of that.
Have you got some slippers for Mum?
Let me get you downstairs.
These are good, aren't they? Mine have got L and R on it, so. Yeah. You should bring the medicines with you as well.
A bit chilly out there now.
Martin and Tim are taking Eileen to her local hospital where she can have a brain scan to check for signs of a stroke.
The department's very busy.
In A&E, Paul Warman is the consultant in charge.
What's the ETA? 6 minutes. The guy that's been stabbed in the back coming in a couple of times. Okay, guys.
He's basically been stabbed twice in the left side of his back. I'm not quite sure what the knife blade was like.
Okay.
No real shortness of breath, but he's got pain in both sides, especially the lower stab wound. All his obs have been fine. GCS 15 throughout, obs and stable. Steve, I'm one of the doctors here.
There was a fight that took place. 43-year-old Steve has been stabbed whilst trying to defend his girlfriend from a gang of attackers.
Give me some oxygen for a man. What I want you to do as soon as possible is get a chest x-ray.
Paul's biggest concern is whether the weapon has punctured Steve's lung.
Okay, so that's a 1 to 2 centimetre wound as well. Okay. The good thing about them is they're longitudinal, so the likelihood of them going through the rib space is low. We just need to make sure it's not got a chest injury at the moment.
The chest x-ray is crucial.
What I want you to do, my friend, is sit up a little bit more so that we can get a nice picture. Do you have to turn it off?
Nipple rings stay, everything else goes. Okay.
You know what nipple rings are now on the x-rays?
Yeah, I'm not going to try to take those out.
Okay, chest x-ray. Take a big breath in again for me. Hold your breath.
Until Paul has Steve's chest x-rays, he can't tell if he has any internal bleeding. Helen has also been called into the resus room, to the next bay along.
Do you know what happened to your foot when you landed?
Level feet.
And did it go underneath you?
Yes, my last wing.
Okay.
It was on the underpass by Tower Bridge, by the Tower of London, and he'd gone over a wall and landed on the underpass.
19-year-old Michael Bryant was running for a bus when he jumped over a wall and landed heavily.
Have you been able to walk on it since it happened? No, it's too painful. Okay, can you just wiggle your toes for me, just very gently? Can you just move a little tiny bit if you can? Yeah, excellent, fine.
We need to take your top off, Mark.
I'm sure you know what's happened, but I think you've broken the bottom bit of your leg. Okay, I'm not going to touch it. What I need to do is put a needle in your arm so that we can give you something for the pain.
Michael has been a combat soldier in the British Army for 2.5 years.
These are Michael's films. You can see that the two big bones in his lower leg are snapped. The bottom's broken that way, and then you can see the little one behind is also broken. Michael, can you see that?
I was going to Iraq.
You're meant to go to Iraq?
Yeah.
Michael needs surgery, but first, Helen must try to straighten the two bones in his leg.
Michael, what I've got to do now, I'm going to give you another drug which will make you quite lightheaded. And I've got to try and pull those bones into place a bit. Okay? I'll be as quick as I can. I'm not doing anything yet. Well done. Well done. That's really good.
Even with drugs, it's a very painful procedure. But the longer Helen leaves the bones out of alignment, the greater the chance of permanent damage.
It's all right. I'm not going to do any more now. That must have really hurt. I'm holding it in place so that it doesn't shoot back. And now we're going to put a plaster on it, which we hope will hold it in place before he has his operation. He's going to have to have a metal pin put along the bone here. So the pin will join the two bits of broken bone in a straight line.
Well done, mate. Well done. Just take some nice, slow, deep breaths for me.
So we do this other x-ray to make sure that it's a little bit better. Okay?
In the next bay along, Steve's chest x-rays are back, and it's not good news. He's bleeding internally.
Basically, the reason why this area over here is quite sort of dark and this area over here is white is because on the outside of the lung itself there is blood from the stab wound. There's also broken a rib there. You've got a broken rib under there.
Oh, as well?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It's probably right in the sewage.
Yeah. Every time Steve breathes in deeply, it catches him with pain. Every time he tries to expand his chest, moves the fracture. Is it just there?
Yeah.
Just there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a local anaesthetic in, what we call an intercostal nerve block. Stretch. Oh. Oh.
There is no treatment for a broken rib. All Paul can do is ease Steve's pain.
Oh, don't move.
Oh, I've got to move slow, can't move. That feels a lot better, thank you.
Does it?
Actually, yeah, no.
You alright?
What we'll do is we'll sew up these wounds for
Helen and the orthopaedic registrar are looking at the new x-rays of Michael's broken leg.
So we probably start again.
We've taken the post-reduction films and the bones are still not aligned, so we're going to have another go at pulling them straight. All this here around the bones is mainly muscle, so all those muscles contract, so you're pulling against the muscles, and it's a really big bone anyway, so it's very difficult to get these fractures reduced well.
You've both gone. Oh.
You've had a bad day.
Worse and worse is dead. Oh.
Sorry. Okay, well done. Okay, well done. All right, all right. All right, Michael. All right, well done.
Sorry. If I can.
It's difficult to get it back, isn't it? Yeah.
Skin's at risk, so we have to do him. Okay, let's just put him in as decent a cast and get him in.
All right, we're not going to do anything more now, okay? You're going to have the operation. Well done. He was always going to need an operation to fix it, but he's going to need an operation now to reduce it and then fix it as well. I'm amazed that he didn't make more of a fuss. He's incredible.
With high wind speeds, the helicopter is grounded. Takeoff and landing is too dangerous in these conditions.
So now we're going to go out in the car for a while. We just need to sign away a few of the drugs we use during the day, stock up on a bit of extra stuff, and then we'll head out in one of the response cars for a couple of hours. See if we can find any more work. Keep us busy.
Well, my back was turned. Lots of people have checked it, so I'm just going to find out what's happening in mine.
Very busy. Chip shop busy. Is it Grant?
Yeah, it's Dad.
Dad, hello. What's happened to you today?
Right, that little lump's come out.
Okay. What exactly did you do to injure yourself today?
I put a bit of weight on it, I nearly fell down the stairs.
You nearly fell down?
Yeah.
But you didn't actually
No,
fall
no.
down the stairs, right, okay. Why did you have an X-Fix put on in the first place? What was your original injury?
Motorbike accident.
Where did you have that sorted out? Here?
Yeah.
Are you allowed to put weight through this yet or not?
No, where it was, at Christmas, they took the other X-Fix off.
Okay.
Then it re-broke the day after. So at the minute I'm not allowed to put no weight, but I've only had it on a month.
Oh, right, but your shin's fine, is it?
Yeah, not all that all.
But you've just noticed a lump
Yeah.
over there. Right, so the question is, what's going on down there?
Can I just wait here, yeah?
Yeah, just hang on.
Alright, thanks.
Grant came in because he was primarily worried that, oh my God, have I broken my leg again? The external fixator is essentially like scaffolding to help the bone heal better. And he had some complication when he changed over at external fixators last time. Within 24 hours, from the sounds of it, he broke his leg again. And that must have just been so disappointing.
I was being silly on a motorbike, It all went wrong, and I slid down the curb about 80 miles an hour. I cut myself in half, done on my hip and pelvis, and broke my leg twice. Every other time I go up my bike, I always wear my full set of leathers, but this night it was so hot, I didn't bother putting my leathers on. I had a pair of jeans on, so that didn't save me at all.
He was brought here from straight in here, straight up the theatre. He had 136 units of blood to keep him alive. In all honesty, I think we didn't think he was going to live. So thankfully the surgeons knew what they was doing with him, and I can't thank them enough. It's the hardest week of my life I've ever had.
I'm really lucky.
So you're concerned, have I broke it again? Well, that looks like the distal pin, doesn't it? The bottom breaks down there, and that's looking good, isn't it? There's no evidence of a new break, and there's no evidence that it's going to fall apart. I don't think anyone at this point in time is going to say anything like definitely, never, always, or anything like that. But at the moment, it's looking relatively reassuring.
Martin and Tim are on their way to East London.
We've got a 55-year-old female that's had a fall. And they updated us on the radio saying that she was having a bit of difficulty in breathing. Hiya.
Hello.
Hello.
What happened? And I just slipped.
Right.
I crashed into all those bottles of wine.
Oh no.
And I didn't break any.
Oh, that's all right.
I broke my arm.
Probably broke my arm. Right.
I went into the bottles and I caught it. I banged it around that bottom post. And
Right.
that's what
That's
the
all.
pain is.
Oh. Okay. Whereabouts mostly is the pain on your arm? Right on the wrist.
Oh.
Is that more underneath where I'm touching?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, I won't do it anymore.
Oh, good.
Sorry.
Thank you so much.
Her chest is really hurting. She's only just calmed down and breathed properly.
Right. Was she breathing quite fast?
Very, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's going to upset your
about
breathing
15 to 20
anyway.
minutes.
Yeah. It's called hyperventilating because you're breathing in out all your carbon dioxide and breathing.
Marilyn's husband Philip broke his collarbone a fortnight ago.
Funny. Have you got any pains in your back?
Lower back.
And you didn't?
My knees, but I did my knees yesterday.
You had a fall yesterday? Did you have a bit of a week of it, are you?
Yeah, I just don't think I should be let out, really.
Well, what we'll do is we'll put this splint on your arm, which will keep it totally rigid, and then that way it won't even flop about or anything like that. It does look a bit like it may well be broken, because where it's twisted, it may well have fractured. It looks like it has, but...
No, you can't do this.
But with that X-ray, we won't know.
My feet is leaking.
Put your foot up against mine, that's it. 6-3. Alright. Now you hold on to that one.
For Marilyn and Philip, it's the second trip to A&E in 2 weeks.
Probably going to take us about 15 minutes to get there. 10, 15. Okay, cheers. Bye. Right, mate, we got a call from the fire brigade. They got someone trapped under equipment at a building site. They've been trapped for about 10 minutes. Okay, it's now the second left. There'll be this little one here. Alice Street, Beauty. Red base Delta Alpha 77 is on scene.
Dennis O'Leary was unloading his lorry when the crane collapsed onto his back.
This guy, just as someone's come down on him, he's crushed him. We don't know what the pressure is, but he's got difficulty breathing, complaining of pain and numbness, left side of back and chest.
Yep.
This is not particularly stable.
Yep.
But because of, we can't assess him properly.
So has it just dropped on him, has it?
It's just dropped on him.
Just lift him down on the ground.
There, but we're a bit concerned. We can't do anything really with him up there like that.
So that boom's dropped down on his back and he's got difficulty breathing. I'm just going to jump around the other side and have a quick look at him. Yeah.
The weight of the crane arm may have crushed Dennis's internal organs.
Dennis, I'm Neil. I'm a doctor with the ambulance service. Where does it hurt, mate?
The fire brigade have lifted it free of his back, but it's not clear what his injuries are.
Dennis, squeeze my fingers, mate. Good on you. Okay. Let go. Let go. Good on you. Guys, is this stable enough to hold here for a few minutes? We just keep moving his legs while we look up here. If we find an easy way out, we'll do it straight away.
Neil needs to get Dennis down as quickly as possible. His chest pains could be a sign of serious internal damage.
Dennis, are you ready for us to sit you back down on a board?
Yeah.
Okay, mate.
Is that crane coming down?
No.
Just like in there.
No one's going to let you fall, Dennis.
No one fall, Dennis. Then you're the big fall, mate.
Okay, Dennis, head down as you go out. You guys got him? Well done. Okay. O2's coming. Guys, if we just come on over this way. Is that the head end?
Yeah, I'm on the head.
He's got a big weight down on his chest. He's got a lot of chest pain. Are you able to get a line? He has a nice vein here, mate, and I'll have a look at it. Big breaths for me. It's good. He's got air in through both sides. Dennis, needle in your left arm, mate. Steve, can I have a drug roll, mate? And I'll give him some painkillers. We're going to give you some pain medicine now, mate, all right? Might make you feel a bit lightheaded. Okay? He's had 2 of my dad's, and he's going to get some ketamine now, mate.
Dennis, keep your head still.
Dennis, we have to make sure you're okay, so we've got to cut your clothes off because you've injured your back, okay? Leave the bloke shorts on. No, not yet.
Just keep your head still, mate.
Keep your head down.
I don't feel well.
Yeah, you've been given some pain-killing medicine, which can sometimes make you feel a bit like that.
Oh,
I've got the roll.
Tony!
Who's Tony, the guy you work with? Dennis, you're having a bit of a reaction to some of the medicine we've given you. It's made you a little disorientated, although it's taken your pain away.
All right, ready, brace, lift.
While we're up, guys, I just want to have a feel of his back, eh? Where are you sore, mate, here? Mid-thoracic. Just go down.
Brace down.
Let's get inside and go to hospital, eh?
Right. Need a few hands on the bars.
Is Tony one of his workmates?
This is Tony.
Oh, g'day, mate. The medicine I've given him for painkillers has made him a bit disoriented. It's taken his pain away, which is great. Just tell him that he's going to hospital in an ambulance, and you'll see him later on, and you've got all his stuff.
Yeah.
You're in the ambulance.
Yeah.
We'll take care of you, yeah? St Thomas's, mate.
Are you going to come back?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
He is.
Yeah, we're going to come up.
Thanks,
Okay,
Tony.
no problem.
Okay, Dennis.
We have concern, so we've packaged him in a manner to keep his spine safe. I'm also worried about broken ribs and the like.
Dennis is rushed to the nearest trauma unit at St Thomas's Hospital. At the Royal London, it's the end of the shift for Helen and Paul.
I don't know. I haven't seen him. That's why I just want to check.
I'll come with you.
Okay.
Something quite satisfying about this. Robbing people's names off cards because we're no longer looking after them. Right. Okay.
Look at that. Don't get that very often. That looked like a market before.
Michael had surgery to insert a metal rod through his kneecap down to his foot. He hopes to return to active service in the army in 9 months' time. Stella had no fractured bones and was able to leave hospital a day after the accident. 4 months on, Steve has not been able to return to work. The stabbings have damaged a nerve in his back. Dennis escaped without any broken bones or serious injuries. Next time on Trauma.
It's really important you don't stand up. Really, really important.
We've got a 50-year-old man who's had a cardiac arrest.
Can you see me all right? Yeah?
There's another hour in A&E over on BBC Three now in Trauma Uncut. Film fantasy next here on BBC One as hordes of fearsome dragons unleash a rain of fire. A new series of Horizon on BBC Two follows the biggest international forensic operation in history to identify victims of the Boxing Day tsunami. And on BBC Four now, should England have its own national anthem, and should it be Jerusalem?
Join me, Simply Red, and Andrea Bocelli for the last night celebrations in Hyde Park
on Saturday the 10th of September.
It's no problem for me. Really?